Black High Priestess. Wow, what a Saturday. So I started off doing the upload about Saturday, the Barons, earlier, and I like to do mine in the morning, and the phone died. They wouldn't let the phone charge. I had a fiasco, and apparently they wanted me to wait till 6 o'clock to do this upload. I had to I was given money today. I got some money to come in, so I was able to go out, purchase some wine for Mama Bridget, get some rose incense that I'm going to light. I'm still charging my phone. As y'all can see in part 1, the phone died. I had to cut some onions up, waiting for the phone to charge up enough for me to do the upload. So I had to cut some onions. I was crying. We'll talk about the mourning of Julie and her relationship to the cemetery and Mama Bridget. Maybe in this upload, maybe in another one. I had to put on some music. I got some rose incense as well, for Saturday, for, the death energy, but it's also, as Julie and Mama Bridget do stick together, especially the Julie that stays inside of me. When I first got Julie, she actually stayed. So sometimes I'm Chastityunique Smith. Sometimes I'm, an aspect of Julie, La Saren, Mama Bridget. But I'm always the Black High Priestess. So, again, today was one of those days. I had already had a subject I wanted to talk about, and I was gonna, talk about some things dealing with Black women and Black women's oppression, and they just want to have fun today. They just want to have a good time, and they want to be talked about. I'm still, I had to put on my necklace. So I did pull Yansan earlier, and this is and that's the thing. They wanted to do the video in the dark. I wanted to do it in the light so y'all can see stuff, but they hang out in the cemetery, y'all, and it is dark there. All right. This has, I believe, 9 skulls on it, and this is a Bridget, Mama Bridget, and Yansan necklace that I wear. It actually fell. I was about to do the upload closer to like 5:40. Peace, Aslam. And it was after I offered, and then this fell off of the altar. I do have it there. I really don't like to. I'm very protective of my Julie Bridget mysteries, but if y'all can see down below, I'm gonna kind of do like that, and y'all are gonna sneak peek that there's in the corner my Julie Bridget dress. But on top, and then down below is where Mama Bridget and Papa Gay Day are, and I did my offerings there. The necklace fell off, so they wanted me to put the necklace on. They were getting me ready. They had another plan for this upload. So I apologize for anyone who saw part 1. It was just under 3 minutes long, and I'm gonna go from there. So quickly, anyone who didn't see part 1, I was talking about how I've been in my bride rights energy. So and today I've got my this is kind of an outfit of mourning, but I'm not actually in mourning right now. Usually when I'm in my bride rights, I'm in mourning. I'm gonna skim over that really quickly. Julie, the virgin aspect that I deal with, the one with the 3 husbands, she mourns. When you get mounted by Julie, she mourns. She maybe start to cry. She may be hunched over, mourning, like weeping. The whole time she's mourning the loss of her lover. The virgin bride deals with the fact that the fiance the spouse, the husband, dies before the marriage is consummated. This is where, you know, the virgin, and again, my name being Chastity, virginity is one of the strong reasons. Having that direct bloodline trait to her, being related to her by blood, as well as embody, you know, having such a genetic signature that and birthright that is aligned with her. That's kind of why she stays within me. So also the aspect where she's mourning the loss of, you know, the marriage was never consummated because he doesn't show up to the wedding. He goes with someone else. So there are some mysteries. There is I'm part of La Société DeadGirls. So you know, strong French energy too. You guys get some when you all are priestesses and priests of the barons and the Gades. You know, maybe even dealing with Tijan and Ejuli. Go all out with your French. This particular, you know, Ejuli, the bride that I deal with, you know, very French, strong connection to the French aristocracy. Okay, so go all out. Please go all out with the roses and perfumes. You know, I don't want to get too much into it, you know, but it's Saturday. So again, that's kind of, you know, I'm in my bride energy. That's why I kept my bride here, my Ogun here, or the blacksmith's bride necklace, because I am still in my bride rights right now. But I wanted to, in honor of Saturday, I wanted to show y'all. This is one of my dead girls here. This is more of the darker, it's like more of a darker dead girl. It's got more black in it. You know, the skulls and everything there. So this is my dead girl here. And, you know, it's made a pendant there. All right, so that one kind of deals with more of the darker, more of a dark Freda energy, so to speak. And this is my dead girl. This dark one is called Sweet 16, and then this is Dead Girl. For those of y'all, there's, you know, skulls there. This is again, when I first made this actually became my favorite Ileki that I made. So I'm just gonna, if I can, show y'all real quick what we got here. Yeah, y'all can kind of see. I mean, the camera sucks. It all kind of sucks. But eventually, you know, and so I pulled the Joker card. And in this deck, the Joker card would actually represent the Barons. Les Barons. All right. So I lit the incense. Oh, drinking in honor of the Barons. They live in the graveyard. They live in the cemetery. So I'm gonna briefly skim over. You know, check part 1 for the mysteries of SaturnDay. SaturnDay etymology is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the planet of death, rebirth. The planet of time, dealing with Kronos. Kronos deals with time. Papa Legba is the father of time. Okay, so that deals with the black sun, Legba, the red sun, you know, Kalfu, or Tijan. Another upload. So SaturnDay dealing with death. The Barons were the first humans to die. This is why they have the rights to judge. They are the judges, the jury, the executioner. They're the court of law. And they are the ones that you see when you die. They're the ones who you meet that judge where your soul goes, you know, heaven, hell, whatever you call it. So you're dealing with the scales of balance. So we're going to talk about the importance of balance in just a second, but again, they do they stay in the graveyard, and they keep in the graveyard and in the cemetery. Now the cemetery deals with Oyansan a lot. She ushers you to the cemetery. She watches over the cemetery. Slightly different than the graveyard, where the bodies are buried, where you have gravestones that represent Baron Lacroix, you know, deals with the cross that you put over gravestones. Baron Cimetière deals with the cemetery. But with the graveyard, you're talking about the graves, where the graves are kept, and gravity, which gravity is the speed of darkness. Light is not the fastest speed, because light cannot even escape a black hole. A black hole is quicker than the speed of light, because light does not escape it. So the quickest, fastest speed is actually the speed of darkness, which is gravity. So you're dealing with the grave. All right? And balance. So that's where the balancing scales come from. The Libra scales, the scales of Anubis, the scales of the underworld, where your heart is, the scales of Ma'at, where your heart is balanced with that of a feather, for you to enter the mysteries of the afterlife. Otherwise, you got to start over and get your shit together, get your mind right, get your heart right. Actually, definitely your heart. So we're gonna salute them. They like to drink. Clearly they like to drink, they like to smoke, they're constantly having sex with anyone, with each other, you know what I'm saying, rubbing their genitals, you know, they do that. Mama Bridget and Papa Gay, they do love peppers in their drinks. I've got sangria here. I put some ginger ale in mine because I like mine fizzy, you know, but I didn't go all out today. Heads up, they do. Today they're in a more of a sweet mood, ironically, because my tea, I didn't have any honey for my tea, y'all. That's how bitter. Because, you know, Oya came through earlier before I did the video. You know, I did my reading, see if it was safe to upload. And Oya was there. I didn't have any honey for my tea. I had to, like, you know, they like that dry bitter. Okay, so I went and got some honey, but by the time I got my honey and everything, my phone was charging, it was time to drink. They have got me in a way tonight. That's the other thing. Let me drink. So they like to have fun. They love to have fun because they're dead. So what do you do when you're in this gloomy, dreary, boring cemetery and you're all depressed because you're dead? Well, you have fun. You drink, you smoke, you make jokes all the time. You're crude. You make crude humor, and you constantly have sex because you're seeking the pleasures that you knew as a human. The barons were the first humans to die. Getty Nebo is the brown baron. You got the red baron, the blacker baron. All right, purple. So. Getty Criminel, Baron Criminel, was the first to kill another man. The first to kill another human. Getty Nebo, the brown baron, was the first to die from murder. Not from natural causes like Mama Bridget and Papa Gay, who were married before they died. So the mystery of a married couple, of the man dying first and then, you know, the woman dying after, or a couple being married for so long and then the other one dies, that does come from them. Because believe it or not, Papa Gede did die, but Mama Bridget, she died on her own and she earned her right on her own. It wasn't because that they were married. They both had earned the rights as individuals, but they were a couple when they were alive. Yeah. So, you know, talk about black love. Talk about why they have the right to judge. And in a way that the Orisha do not. Because most of the Orisha did not have a human incarnation. And a lot of times the Loa are the bloodline of the Orisha, the sons and daughters of the Orisha, who continued as humans and had their life. And then, you know, maybe when they died, we call on them. The most recent human to have entered the Loa, the status of Loa, in my understanding is, to my knowledge, was Marie Laveau, the last high priestess that you know, we had. So you can go to Marinette, who entered Loa. She, was the woman who sacrificed the black pig during the revolution and got everybody possessed by Ogun through sacrificing the black pig during slave revolts. So again, and depending on what you do, you enter into being a Loa, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not just a spirit that watches over your particular bloodline, tribe, or heritage, but a Loa that an entire culture may come to know and call on because of the works that you did, but mostly because the ancestors honor you and they honor what you did in your life. All right. I'm a smoke with y'all in a minute. Those of you who don't live in a legal state, feel free to throw some tobacco or some sage, a little sage lavender mullein mixture in your chalice. Right, so they wanted me to wait till 6 o'clock. We're gonna have some fun in this upload. They wanted me to wait till 6 o'clock to do this upload. All right, y'all. I was doing it in the morning. I think I started around the 11th hour. So they wanted me to explain to y'all the importance of the darkness. Again, I talked about the grave, but they wanted this done at night, and I've got very dim lighting in my altar room, which is, you know, where I keep my bed. I showed y'all my altar room in one of my earlier uploads, the one with Legba Krampus. So it's dim light. You got, y'all can't see me that well, and they enjoy that dim darkness. Mama Bridget is very much a lady of the night, which is not to be confused with a prostitute or a lady of the streets. A lady of the night, can, be a prostitute, can, make money, in that way. But it's more of that nighttime energy. It's more of a nighttime diva energy of, that sexy grandmother who, looks 50 years younger than her age, and she's got that, she looks mature, but she's seductive. Oh my God, why can't I think of her name? Is it Morgana? I think it was Morgana, the wife in the Addams Family. Very much a sophisticated, mature, seductive energy you know, a dark energy, but, you know, just that energy that you just kind of fall in line. You know what I'm saying? You're attracted to her, but you just kind of fall in line, and she doesn't have to lose any grace to get her respect, you know, and she may be, you know, elegant or whatever, but, you know, she may curse you out too. You know, she's drinking, she's smoking, you know what I'm saying? So she's definitely a woman who hangs out at night, who only maybe comes out at night, who stays out all night partying and enjoying herself and enjoying those who hang out at night. And as we all know, the freaks come out at night. So, you know, definitely, you know, get your freak on. Saturdays, again, Saturdays, yes, you should be worshiping the Sabbath. You should be having a day of rest. But we're talking about the barons who, you know, they rest in peace, but they rest in pleasure. They live it up. They live it up in the graveyard, y'all. So always have fun with them when you're visiting the graveyard energy on Saturn days, Saturn night. 6 o'clock, y'all. They wanted me to wait till 6 o'clock, which is the start of nighttime. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick rundown of the 6 o'clock, or the breakdown of the day and how it goes. So where are we gonna start? We'll start at 6 p.m. So from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. you've got night, and that's when I had to start it at 6 o'clock. So from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. you have, I lied, start over. 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. is dusk. 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. is night. 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. is midnight. 3 a.m. is the witching hour. 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. is twilight. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. is dawn. 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. is morning. 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. is afternoon. 12 p.m. is noon. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. is evening. 6 p.m. when I started to 9 p.m. again is night. You guys got that? Round the clock. So we're talking about time. Again, time, father of time, death. What does time have to do with death? Well, time is an illusion until you're living in the prison planet where time is everything, basically, because we die. So without time, you're in that limbo, that's soul limbo, that spiritual limbo. But in the material, and here's the thing, time is also the fourth dimension, metaphysically. Time is the fourth dimension. You got a dot, which is a plane. Wait, the dot I think is matter. Then from one dot to the next, you have a line, which is space. And then if you get to the third dimension, you have volume, which is filling that space. So that's that 3D volume. Fourth dimension is time. Got that? Okay, so smoke with y'all real quick. So Mama Bridget, Lady of the Night, again, talking about Marie Laveau. Mama Bridget also, as I was preparing for this, she wanted me to talk about balance and to talk about the traditional role of the high priestess and what it has to do with balance, and what I as Black high priestess bring. The high priestess deals with maintaining balance between polarities. So maintaining the balance between the masculine and feminine principles. That's why the high priestess is always supposed to work closely with the high priest within a covenant or tribe. Maintaining balance of masculine and feminine principles, preserving the feminine mysteries, or preserving the mysteries of the goddess, the way the high priest would preserve the mysteries of the god. You know, working alone, you preserve the mysteries of both, but you always want to, you know, working with the high priest, you know, within the covenant is the high priestess maintains the feminine principles, preserves the esoteric mysteries of the goddess. The high priestess facilitates the spiritual functions within a community, and generates the feminine principles within a community. So again, leading any spiritual rituals and rites, initiating the priestesses and the priests, you know, in some occasions. I deal with both. I deal with any bloodline or ethnicity, as well as male or female, in terms of initiations. Facilitating feminine principles within the community, that can be, you know, things like making sure that, you know, there's water. You know, water is a feminine element. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that there's water, or there's food. Earth food, also a feminine element. Providing the things that nourish and sustain people. Providing the things that nurture the community. Making sure that the single mothers have babysitting services. These are some things that I've been trying to bring, but you know, I'm making sure there's babysitting services for single parents, so the children are taken care of. You know, making sure that there's certain activities, you know, that will empower, you know, the women, while the priest is facilitating activities that empower the men. You know, rites of passage of womanhood, but also just facilitating some of the feminine principles within the community. You know, making sure that you know, being the priestess and you know, performing the rites of arranged marriages. You know what I'm saying?